So this week, I wanted to take the opportunity to see one of the products that I'm offering in my web store. And one of the paintings that I've recently created, which is Emerge, you will see it here in the corner, right here. That one is, by the way, also available on my website, and prints will also be available in my web store. So if you're interested, you can go and head over to my web store to make your order. We deliver nationally and internationally. So what this video actually is the unboxing of that particular product, and I'm super curious to see how it looks. I ordered one. My first reaction, let's see. So we're gonna open it. Wow. I am so pleasantly surprised. I did not know what to expect, first of all. First impression, it is sturdy. Sturdy material, people. Sturdy material. That's one. And you know how I am. I will point out anything that I don't like. I don't sugarcoat anything, even not about my own work. So the first plus, it is sturdy. Very sturdy. Now the design that I've created for this journal is that I have made this following design. As you can see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get it right for you. Yes, now it's in focus. You see that? So this is the original painting, and from this I copied that, and this is then originally the design for it. So on the back you have a part of it, and in the front you have the original painting. So it gives a really nice, beautiful, I don't know, very sultry feeling. I get that, but the painting in itself is also very sultry. Emerge is a very sultry, sensual painting. I decided to do one without lines, and I also saw, well, let me see how many pages it has. I forgot how many pages there are, but I will put it here somewhere on the screen. So no lines. Gosh, I'm just amazed. It just looks like something I would buy in the store. It simply looks like something I would buy in the store. What I absolutely love is the color. It is vibrant. It is very bright. It's very vibrant. So yeah, I am so satisfied with it. This journal is available on my website for 15 euros. So, yo. Hey you guys, so second part of the unboxing. First one, you saw the notebook, which I was uber and still uber happy about. The second part of the unboxing is the small print that I've created from the same painting called Emerge, which you will see over here. Yeah, there you will see it. So that is the painting that I've created, of which I made a print of. Now here's the thing, I already unboxed it. Yeah, I already unboxed it. I totally forgot that I wanted to do this for you all, you know, on camera. And I already unboxed the babes. You know, she already opened. So that's not a bad thing because I saw it and I'm like so happy. I'm so happy for this particular part. So happy about this particular part. Now before I show this, here's the thing. Like I already explained in the first part, I've made my fair share of mistakes where I would create a print and the print did not come out the way I wanted it to. And I cannot stress how important it is for, people that create paintings, illustrations, or any other type of work, that it is an actual representation of what you've created. You want the person who's getting that piece of artwork to be pretty much the same thing as the original. I want you to have that experience. That is really important to me. It reflects my work. It reflects who I am. And I just want you to be just as stoked as I am when I'm opening that envelope and be like, it's even better than it is on screen. And in most cases, actually all cases, the work that you get is better when you get it in person than it is on screen. When you see these things on screen, it's limiting. It just shows a part of what it's capable of seeing, right? And it has, there are some technical aspects to that. There are some other aspects to it, your screen, the way it's been installed and how you see the color and how color is represented on the screen, yada, 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 the boring stuff. That's not really important. What it eventually comes down to is, do I get what I'm paying my coins for? That is the thing. So when I saw this, it's still in the, in the plastic wrappage. I don't want to take it out, but for this video, I'm going to take it out. When I saw this, I was so happy about it because, first of all, looking at the way that my art has progressed itself through the years that I've been busy as an artist, but mostly as a painter. Started out, I was very intimidated by it. I knew that my level wasn't at the point where let me put it like this. I never would expect that my level would be at the point where it is right now than at the moment that I started. I knew when I started that I knew that I was capable of doing more. I think that is the thing that I want to say. I knew that I was capable of doing more, but now as I see my art progress, looking at the paintings, the one here in the back, that is the second part of I'm Still King, the first part that is already finished, and the people that saw that painting at the Groups Expo at CBK Oost were very impressed by it. And me just also being very objective about my own work and looking at how I create, my technique and how I create my work, I would have never known that this could be a level that I could attain. But I allowed myself to be open to what I could learn. So to see something like this and to have it in my hands and be like, oh my gosh, this looks so damn good, it makes me feel really good. And I think for any artist, if you're an artist, if you are an artsy person, you're a creative person, and you are on your own path to create that piece of space where you get to put out what it is that you're creating, I think everyone wants to have that feeling of, this is the level that I want to have. This is the level of work that I want to put out into the world. This is the level of work that I want people to be like. Even if I would try to duplicate it, I wouldn't. Even if I would go out there to look if I could find something, just similar to that, I couldn't. And it's time for the reveal. Enough talking. I've been talking for quite a while. Yes, you see it here? It is absolutely gorgeous. So, doesn't she look beautiful? This is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely amazing. Also, the way that they just packaged it and the way I received it is really neat. I love that. I love that because the way that I received it, that's the way that you all are also going to receive. Yeah, and there you have it. This is out of the package, so you don't see the reflection of the plastic, but this is out of the package, and this is how it looks. Amazing. And it's the same feeling that I actually have when it comes to the notebook. It is so true to color and learning my lessons from the past when it comes to, you know, really keeping an eye on specs. What are the specifications that a business is asking you when it comes to the delivery of your images? Is really, really important. You know, I'm not printing them myself on a printer. There's a reason why I do that, and that is because I do not want to have subpar quality. Yes, there are really good printers, and I could, of course, invest in a really, really good printer. But eventually, I think it is in my favor if I have, you know, if I can work with a company that already has the quality, you know, of machines, of printers, and they have the quality of paper. So for me, that is a big plus, you know, and it takes away a lot of pressure of having to do everything by myself. And I think for, you know, just to go into this direction, which I believe, you know, certain artists and creative people can be in, and that is that you might feel that you have to do everything yourself because it is something that you have created yourself. Let me just package this really neatly back into. Yes, so I think for some creatives and artsies, the pressure is on the fact that they have to make a decision whether they do everything by themselves or, you know, do I let somebody else do it? How much money is it gonna cost me? You know, I need some samples, and the samples cost a lot of money, and I do want to be authentic to the process, so I do want to deliver something that, you know, doesn't have this manufactured feeling, etc., etc., etc. And I know for myself those questions came into my head like, oh, but you know, I'm the person that creates it. Basically all the questions that I just mentioned, all the points that I just mentioned. And I think it is really important for artists to understand that wherever you are capable of simplifying the process for yourself, do that. Because eventually, and I say this a lot, I also have a podcast, and I talk in a podcast about it as well. And that is, you are as well an entrepreneur. Whether you like to believe that or not, you are. You are in the business of selling your craft. You are in the business of creating creative output and offering that to the audience that is at your door or in your studio, at the front of your studio, in front of your door or your laptop, wherever your audience is. So you do have to take into consideration that anything that doesn't allow you to fully offer a service or a product that is efficient and effective for the person who's buying it, you're doing yourself a big disservice. And the thing that I do not want to do is that I am rumbling and trying to figure out what the best way is for me and trying to nibble here and there. No, I want to create a process where I can say, I created this needs to be printed, let's see a test of it. It looks great, it looks good, off to the customer. And it also gives the buyer, in this case of my artwork, but in your case it can be something else, the feeling of this person knows what she's doing or this person knows what he is doing. They know what they are in for, and they know what it is that I expect of the artwork that I'm purchasing from them. And that is something that you really need to keep in mind. Eventually, it comes on their wall or whatever type of decor that they have. And you want to offer something that is just like exactly like that. I look at that and I want to hang it. That is basically the thought, the vision. If I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to hang it in my, I don't know what. Why am I then offering it? No, I think for the last 10 years, it's not the last 10 years, but let's say in the time span of 10 years, where I've been back and forth with the type of websites, the setup, manufacturers, and the way that I want to offer it to the people, and making those trials and errors, I can confidently say that you want to get the most out of it, and you want to offer your client the most out of it. You want your customer to say, look what I bought, and show it to others. And I want people to say, look, I want to tell people, look what I have, and I know you want to buy it because it just looks good, it looks great, it looks awesome. So that's also just part of the process. And from an art, just from an entrepreneurial point of view, it is really important to have this process in your day-to-day business, right? We don't like to say, not all of us like to say, well, I just want to create, and the rest, I don't want to be bothered with it. But you have to be bothered with it. It is a struggle, right? It is sometimes a pain in the butt. Like, there was no one to tell me how I could print this in the best way. There was no one to tell me, you have to go over there, over there, over there, over there, and there you will find someone who can help you with your process. There was no one to tell me, baby, don't spend your money on all those things, right? Because spending your money on all those things is not going to bring you forward. It is really important in that. The reason why I'm so happy with this and why the result is so great, the second reason why it's so great, and I know that that's the reason why it looks so good and great, is because I know exactly what it is that I want to do. My goal is clear as day. The purpose, the vision that I have, it is clear as day, and there's nothing that can, there's nothing that can destroy that. There's nothing that can touch that. So I'm very focused. I'm very clear of what I want to deliver, and I'm also very confident that when I deliver it, it looks absolutely amazing. That also took a time span, I think, of 10 years. Where some people only need 1 year and they're done with it, I needed probably 10 years. And it's not something that I'm faulting myself for. I definitely don't want you to fault yourself for that either. Just see it as a learning process. If you've never been in the process and in the business of creating art prints and decor, and how are you going to do that in the best way? What is the most reasonable price? Also, how are you going to profit for yourself from that? And how are you going to learn the business as an entrepreneur for yourself, or actually an art-entrepreneur? You saw what I did there? You don't like it? Okay. The thing that you need to do for yourself, it takes time into that, right? I don't have entrepreneurs in my family. I've seen people do things for themselves and make a little money on the side. That was my example, but somebody who has a full-fledged business, I've never seen that in my family. So for me, that is a totally different world. So when I stepped into that, of course, this is going to take time. This is going to take some trial and error. For other people that are coming from an entrepreneurial family, hey, you're getting into that, or people that already have that strong entrepreneurial flair, it already is really strong and present. It helps. It doesn't mean that you won't go through your trials and errors, but it helps. I hate it when people say, well, you're either it or you're not. No, because even the people that have it, that have the potential to do it, still need to work on that talent and still need discipline, organization, structure, motivation, and fill the rest of that list. Okay, so do not be discouraged if you do not initially have all the things in place. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time. I cannot stress that enough. A third thing why I believe this looks really good and why I'm very confident about this is that I am also confident on what I'm creating. I'm very confident on what I'm creating. I know what it is that I want to create. I'm not saying that this will be for the rest of my life because I'm human. Different subjects will probably catch my attention. Different subjects will be interesting to paint about and to put that on canvas. But what I do know is where I am right now, it took some building towards that level, towards that part. But it is so satisfying to see that when you're on a certain level, my personal level, listen, this is my personal level. Let me say it again, is my level. It's my level. It's my personal level where I'm at. And it's the level where I can say, gee, I like this. I absolutely like this. I'm digging this. Doesn't mean that the rest of the work that I created before this isn't good. I love all of the work that I've created because it shows me where I was at each and every particular stage. It is to say that you develop, you grow, right? A toddler is not going to be a toddler for the rest of his life. It's going to grow into an adolescent. It's going to grow into an adult. You know, so you also grow within your craft. Oh, by the way, another reason why I was really looking forward to see the print is because it is a square one. And normally when you get an art print, it is on a landscape portrait type of size. So getting something in a square is like, that's different. Because I normally don't put paintings on square sizes, but I don't want to limit myself. Like I already said, there's no limitation in what I do. I do not want to limit myself. So another reason for me to be very happy and to be very satisfied with what I'm doing and what it has brought to me. That's it. That's all. And probably I will be back with another video very soon. See y'all. Bye bye.